Now, this reading is actually one of the most important readings I actually really wanted to do. It's a reading on none other than some of my favorite hip hop hits and rappers. It is on none other than the one and only Jay Z and the one and only motherfucking queen Nicki Minaj. See, I'm a huge fan of both actually, because I'm mostly like very Nicki biased. Plus, when it comes to readings, I'm very unbiased. But yeah, I'm mostly a fan of both. I really like anything that has to do with hip hop and everything. And I do think that Jay-Z is one of the goated rappers. Just not the GOAT, but one of the most, important rappers too. I'm not the type to just like diminish people's impacts and whatnot because his impact speaks for him and everything. So we all are aware of their just rocky, I guess, tense kind of relationship. I don't know. It's just very like awkward, kind of like baffling how awkward and tense it can be. Like at times they're good, but like Jay Z does not, associate himself publicly with Nicki anymore. He really did lots of fucked up shit to her, and just to the shit that some shit's against her, like because the Meek Mill thingy, she was going to have his parts on the documentary that she was going to put out there. She was going to talk about how he used to treat her, how he used to just be with her. Oh, sorry, how she used to like be with her and whatnot. How he used to be with her and everything, and yeah, he pulled Jay Z and just basically got her to kind of like cut those parts, and yeah, he freed him from jail and everything. So he's in one of the songs in Everything Is Love with his wife Beyonce. He said, "When I say free to the other freedom, that's just how me got his freedoms." One, it's a good project by the way, um, and yeah. It's just like a lot of fucked up shit. I don't even know what is like the real reasoning behind lots of their feels, well, not feels, but just, like kind of like a cold type of like tense war, I guess, would say. I genuinely do not know, but oh my god, there is definitely not. The first part popping up is the tower is, oh, is clearly something. Because what? I didn't even ask the question yet, but let's go on now. The first card being the tower just indicates that there is definitely some like tension. Like, why does she keep mentioning my name? Is what I'm hearing like Jay Z say. Why does she keep mentioning my name? Like at any given time, she's just gonna like keep doing that. Why does she keep doing that? He does not like when she be mentioning his name because he knows that she is just mentioning it for some stupid shit or like for just a stupid arguments or just like for like different reasons, and you just like whatever is said just like goes on deaf ears, like she just doesn't learn you know and she clearly feels strongly about people who are kind of like biased towards him or just like under him, because she feels like he really like does something to her behind closed doors, well, to her career or just like to her work or to something that is regarding dance. So she does feel strongly about the matter. So he definitely has his own opinion about the matter as well. So both of them are Sagittarius. So like they're just gonna say whatever it is, and he's just like to just like say is, and she is also he just like has a different, smarter, like low approach about it, and Nikki's just very like heads on about it, and that's just like the difference between both of them too. So let's just get more cards on the matter instead of just like talking based off just one card. So let's see. What is the energy between Jay Z and Nicki Minaj? Sean Carter and Onika Tanya Mirage. I ain't gonna say that her last husband's name. No. Yeah, lots of disappointments, a lots of just tension there, like, regret too. Oh, regrets for what? Interesting. There is lots of disappointments here. There's the energy of just like, I can't believe that this is something that I have to deal with, or like that this is something that like that it has come to this. There is also the energy is just like, what is it? Like, what is it gonna take for this to just like stop happening? There's the energy of also just feeling like whatever it is, it's just gonna keep happening all over again, like over and over again. It's just not good. Then there is the energy of just like everything just feels like um it's just like not moving forward. It's just not moving towards something good. It's just not being helpful. That there is like a lot of stuff that people are not aware of. There is a lot of shit that was done behind the scenes that is definitely kind of like influencing a lot of stuff here, and it's definitely making lots of shits and like lots of pieces missing. It's literally like if for example like Nicki's gonna say something, like she's gonna reveal something, she's not gonna reveal it fully because he might be one of the people that are backing whatever it is that is done up, you know. He has lots of authority, like has lots of, his reach is very very long and far. Basically he's somebody who has control over lots of I'm hearing like hip hop stations, hip hop heads, or just lots of people within the game. So he definitely does some sabotaging to other people. I mean, we've been, knowing about this, but one of the reasons that they're not talking, like that they have fallen out, or like that they're not always seeing eye to eye, is because he had tried doing something. He had tried doing this to Nikki. He had tried to just, put her out there, like put her out there to just trying to make a new Nikki. Where the faster at the faster, I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. Like, trying to just push her out there and just kind of like push her out of there and just put other people out there. Just, show them that, oh, the old Nikki's outdated, but she's still stood there, she still stays strong and everything. It's definitely something that did wear her down because she never thought that it would, like, that somebody who she looked up to would be plotting against her or like for her downfall, is what I'm hearing in my head. That's a lot of cards. Yeah, there is a lot going on here. Just like, not knowing what cities, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to approach the situation, always, paying your respects, paying your dues, but at the same time, even if you do so, you're still gonna be looked at as somebody who is like selfish, or like somebody who is just trying to do a lot, or you're still gonna be called a bitch about it, basically. Yeah. They definitely do, she definitely does know more than she lets on about him, and he definitely does know more on her, like has some dirt on her as well. It's like, I'm wary about a certain person, so I collect lots of dirt, like information about them, sorry. And it's like that's what goes on for both. People gather around and talk a lot, and with the type of circles that he is, around and he's involved in, he definitely knows what to do or how to just pull all the right strings to just let people talk, and money talks as well. There's lots of frustration here and just like anger and just feeling like whatever it is, this is just not working. You know, it isn't just working. I wouldn't be surprised if he would have like pushed down like a chance for them to work together. Would not put his past this, sorry, or like past them, because like, oh, he just sees her under a certain light, and it's just not a good one. So yeah, that is the general energy around them, but we're going to get more in depth about this now. Hold on. I was just gonna, just jump right into it and see how does he feel about her actually. For real, for real. Now we're going to see how does Jay-Z feel about Nicki Minaj. So let's just see how does Jay-Z feel about Nicki Minaj. How does Jay-Z feel about Nicki Minaj? Okay, so we have three cards. Oh, well. Sharon Devance, he does see her as somebody who can be like a little bit too self-involved, a little bit too delusional, who just does not know when to make the right choice. At times, he also sees her as somebody who is kind of like overly committed, but at the same time, even when she's overly committed, she cannot do it right. Or like she's disorganized with it. She's not, fully balanced with it. She does not know how to balance her. Okay, what I'm hearing is like she does not know how to prioritize everything, and she does not know how to rebalance her priorities, right, and set them straight. At times, he definitely does see her as somebody who struggles with, all these commitments and just does not know what to make, what choice to make, or like the right decisions to make. He definitely does see her as somebody who's kind of like inconsistent or like reckless, and he definitely does judge her for her choice in men. I mean, Jay Z ain't no better, personally. I mean, everybody knows that he is no better, but he's very much, all high up in there and has a superiority complex. So, yeah, he really does see her as somebody who is portraying shit outside on the outside that she is not on the inside, basically just like faking it because she's talking all that talk and talking all that big game and stuff, and she's not all that. Basically to him, he's just thinking that she's not all that. She's being cocky, being arrogant, and everything, but she's just not all that. Like he sees her as somebody who's kind of like worn down and just exhausted and just want to act like everything is fine, but she's not. Yeah, that's I mean that's crazy, but it's well, he knows what he says or like what he sees in people, and he really like assesses people, but at the same time he lets at times like his personal judgments and personal feelings just get in the way, and it's crazy because yeah, you just gotta be unbiased with it, but it's it's Sean Carter. What the fuck do we expect, honestly? Yeah, he sees her as somebody who is like at times get too all up in her head and thinks that she's better. Oh my god, I mean, two faces of the same coin to me. I swear, like at times she just acts like him. But at the same time, he's like he knows that she's talented. He knows that she's like diligent, is just like a hard worker, and that she invests in shit properly. He does know that. He does acknowledge that. But at the same time, he won't just like keep like get out of his way to tell her that or like to let her know about that, and yeah, he won't just gas her head up is what I'm hearing. He wouldn't just tell her about it all because he just sees how she dwindled. Oh, and he definitely does see how all of this just like got to her and all the hate and everything has gotten to her. He sees that. He also sees how her energy is just, how she's not the same girl that was, hungry for it all before then and everything. And that's something that bugs him. There's something about him just really thinking that at times like she's delusional and that she's doing way too much than what should be done. And thinks that at times like, oh, he does is like, she's toxic. He can't just, he be telling his wife, the one that we know about, at least. They know like she's toxic. You can't just be there, or like you can't. There is less of tension between them. Like he sees her as somebody who's like up to no good, and he's like, whispering all in her ear, just like you can't just get too close to her. She's toxic with it. She's not gonna do good to our image or to like your image if you just keep being close to her. Like if you choose to just like work with her again, it's just going to do more damage than good to you, and it's only going to benefit her. So you know what's up. You know what to do. You hear me? It's like it is the shit that like he be saying to Beyonce. Of course, it's just in the reading. It's all just alleged and whatnot. We don't know the shit that goes on there. Of course, we do a little bit with this here, but that's what you gotta say. Yeah, it's all about it's not going to benefit you. Look at where we are and look at where she is. Even though he knows that she's doing good, but at the same time he sees how she be spiraling. Oh wow, he sees how she be spiraling and how she be acting and everything. He's like, we are not going to allow all that's around us or like all around you, knowing that you are doing good and you're doing what you're doing. She's not all about just keeping her image clean, and we're all about that. It's crazy because I always say that the Carter is an image, it's a brand, it's a lifestyle that they chose to pursue. So yeah, I mean, this is not far fetched, honestly. He does know that like she is getting all this and everything, but at the same time, he just can't trust her because he feels like she's after him or like she's always gonna have a lot to say about him, and he doesn't like that. So he's just not going to really like say shit about it, but he's definitely knowing what it is and knowing what's up and just holding his tongue. But he wouldn't mind just getting his hands. Yep, he wouldn't mind doing something to just like stop her from just bringing his name up because at this point that's what she is looking for and that's what she is needing is what his energy is giving. Like if she's looking for trouble, I'm gonna give her trouble. She needs to get my name off of her mouth. She needs to hop off my dick. Why is she doing all this? you know he's not happy. I mean, he's not happy, but like he's not also like very upset, but he's mostly like frustrated with it because what the fuck, why the fuck are you just keep mention like are you keeping my name up there? Why do you keep mentioning me? Like, I understand why, but at the same time, stop projecting all your insecurities on the outer world. Like, deal with this shit on your own. You see her as somebody who is like so egoistic or just like petty, and I'm hearing him say like she's living up to that name a little way too much, a little way too close for my comfort. So if I would be Nicki, I would definitely rein in my horses and hold my tongue a little bit with this because if he's going to do something, it's just going to hit her where it hurts a little bit, or he's going to know when he's going to strike, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. But she's all about striving for the truth and just doing what feels right to her. So she just thinks that she knows that she's protected and everything, but at the same time just thinks that just by doing all this she's going to expose something bigger. But at the same time, you just gotta let it all play out on its own, not just play out on its own, not just doing it all on your own. It's not your uh, job, it's not your destiny, it's not something that you are obliged to do. Just move properly and move accordingly, honestly, and just be smart about it because those are people who are aware and who are knowledgeable and who are knowing of many things in there. And she already knows that, and she just needs to abide by that instead of just doing shit that might be regrettable later on. I mean, yeah, she got nothing to lose, or like, oh yeah, she's good on her own and everything, but let's just be realistic about it, okay? That's how he feels about her, and yeah, he wouldn't mind just he would do anything to stay on top, or like who would do anything to just like stay back and sit back and watch it just all play out because he doesn't have shit to lose. Meanwhile, she does. He has, a hand. He has had a hand in doing a lot of shit that has happened to her, just like a lot of lots of stuff that has happened to her once before and everything. And he wouldn't mind doing all that shit once again, just to get her off his back. Okay, so she just needs to, yeah, because he's thinking about it like, what the fuck is gonna take for her to just stop doing this? You know, he's thinking about it, but not to that extent that people are just kind of like talking about on social media and whatnot. But if she keeps going, it keeps getting worse and worse, then he will think about something that he will get frustrated, he will get angry, and he will think about something to do that is going to definitely show um his proper reasons or show how it is going to work from then on. I'm trying to find that one deck to just see if he's actually going to go with all that or not, because yeah, it's like his energy is like I'm not gonna do shit, but if she keeps digging and digging and digging, or just like talking shit, or just like doing this and just keeps dragging my name there, I am gonna. It's like the one video of like Mass Drive where he's like, I'm nice, I'm not gonna hurt nobody, but I fucking will, you know. This is energy, which is crazy. I mean, it's not crazy because we know how he be shady behind the scenes and stuff. But, yeah. Those are people that you just do not mess with just to mess with. He is one of those people. And she knows that, but like she's past caring at this point. Well, not past caring, but you know, she's past all that altogether. Oh well. Yeah, let's just hope for the best actually. Because wait, okay, finally found this. My god, I had to just like grab all of them together shit. But yeah, let us see. Um Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj. His true intentions when it comes to Nicki Minaj is just oh. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually once was, feeling her or like was thinking that she's hot, she's the trend and everything, like once she was getting up there and all that stuff. Or even during the Pink Prince era. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's definitely something that, was crossing his mind. Wow, she's heavily inspired by me. I can get somewhere, I can do something. It just reminds me of the one read of them like in 2020 or 2021. It's kind of like similar to it. It's because why is that something that just popped up, and it shows that maybe there was something there, or like maybe he was gonna do something, but um he got rejected, or he just didn't say well. Not sure rejected, but like he knew that it wasn't gonna work, or like whatever, or just didn't think that he saw how she be with men and shit like this, and he didn't think that it was something that is going to do good or be good because she talks a lot. She has a loud mouth and she does not stop talking about shit that has happened, or like she knows what's up. It's like he knew that like she was kind of like the female version of him, so he's like, I'm not gonna do that. At the same time, he definitely did see, or like did there is something here that has happened that just made all of this just disappear, like go away, and that made him feel like, oh yeah, there was that period of time during Beyonce's self-titled era, during the Flawless Remix era and Feeling Myself era and everything, the Pink Prince, and during those years where she was like extra flirty, her and Beyonce, and they were just always like he felt like he was third wheeling between them, and they were always like close, and there's always that tension there. Like they were always just together, close. And then the title stuff, then everything. Just that timeline of Beyonce and Nicki being together and all that. There was something here about him just like wanting them to work together and just, but at the same time like not too close, not too not too close, not too smitten with one another. Just not so much of it because it's just he just grew a lot jealous a lot, shaken up a lot, because what the fuck is this? Why do y'all just have to be like this? And why is it something that is happening now? you know he definitely did mess with his head a lot because he felt like he was the third wheel there, like even if he was behind some of their works, or like some meetings with them together and all that stuff, or like if they were close and whatever. But at the same time, he felt like he was put in the back burner, and he did not like that too. And then like a lot kept stemming from there. A lot of issues kept stemming from there, and it just kept getting worse and worse. Then all that stuff with Meek Mill, and just like a lot of it, just him feeling like he just gotta do what he gotta do to just push that shit somewhere else, or like push all that shit behind him, or just far away, to push all that far away, and just gatekeep gatekeep is all, because he is just always a possessive person. Just what's his is his. He just doesn't want to share shit and everything. Then there was a lot also to do with his ego being deflected, inflected. Everything just made him feel like he was not the star of the show anymore. So then it just all started um, happening so fast, and it just all started taking place. Um, there was a lot to do with like a lot of stuff that was done behind the scenes, like talking to other people, trying to, it just like fast forward from the Pink Prince era to just um, the Queen era, or like what was in between them, and all that stuff about what has happened to her, or like how her relationship just like fucked her up and everything. And him just seeing all that and then just like thinking that's what serves her right. Why is she trying to just be something that she isn't, or like do something that she is not having anything to do with it? And it's just something about him just doing shit out of pettiness, or just like feeling like it was what was right, but it wasn't. It was something that he had no business doing. It was something that's really kind of like bugged him. But he starts this. He can't just like not finish it now. You know, it's crazy. Then there's something here about him just, always being a player, always trying to do something, and then just like tuck his, like tail behind his face, and just hide himself and hide all of it. See, that's what happened. But at the same time, it's not like she didn't know. She like Nicki knew and everything, but she just didn't want to speak about it all. She just said that Bear has and everything tried to like gets back at her and everything, but you kind of like put two together at times because he is one of those too. He has control. He has control over a lot of stuff. Radio stations, people, a lot of stuff too. He can do whatever he pleases, and he won't get like caught doing it, or like he won't get caught in the middle of it all. You know? Yeah. And even if they talk behind the scenes or anything, he doesn't want like he never really like being associated with her. Because why would you just mention me? It's like he would just want to talk to her privately and shit, but like don't talk about that publicly. The more she did it, the more he just kind of like isolated himself from her, just like, did not want to talk to her anymore because it's always going to create more tension for me. It's just going to create like more headaches for me. So, yeah, there is something here about just, uh, just not wanting all that shit, or just like withdrawing himself and all the chances of them doing something together, like of them just uh you know making something or like working on something and all that stuff. It just made it more impossible for them, or like for her. Let's see, what is he gonna do? What is Jay-Z gonna do? Because people just on Twitter keep like blaming him for everything when it comes to like Nicki and Beyonce and them not working together. Anyway, it is true because he dictates a lot of shit that Beyonce does and stuff like that. So we're not just gonna not talk about it or just like not mention it and shit. But yeah, yeah. He does, choose who she should be talking to, or like who she should be working with, or like has an input, an impactful input in shit that she does at times, and that's just the honest truth. And people are kind of like waking up for it. That like he's the artist behind so many painted canvas and images that we have of Beyonce and shit. And some of them include who she works with and her relationship with Nicki and shit like that. So it is true in a way that he does, have a say in all that. Because in his head, he's like, he made or like, shaped this Beyonce, or like has a huge hand in a lot of shit that she does, or like a lot that she is. He planted lots of seeds in there and shit. He's crazy, honestly. Yeah, but in a way, it's true. And Beyonce is too deep in this and too insecure and just too brainwashed when it comes to all this. So, she's just gonna do all this until she decides that she has enough and just wanna get the fuck out of there. But, well, we'll never know when is that gonna happen actually, so I'm not gonna say much about it. That's for another reading of her own. So let's see, now we're gonna see just, how does Nicki feel about him? Now we're going to see how does Nicki feel about Jay-Z, since she's, we always say that she's always angry with him and she has a lot to say about him and everything. So let's see how does she feel about Jay-Z. Let's see, how does Nicki Minaj feel about Jay-Z? Oh, child, she has a lot. She be having like a lot of shit to say about him. Like a lot. Like so many cards flew. Okay, let's see. Oh, hold on. She really does see. Oh, she definitely like. No matter what she says, she still has, like a deep appreciation for him, or just for how he managed himself, and the endeavors that he has made. She really like looks up at him, or has always looked up at him, and saw how he takes his business seriously, how he does what he does. But she's always seen him as somebody who has like an iron fist, who is very much like the type of toxic masculinity. The person who can be like so obsessed with materialistic shit, just always flaunting and just always just like talking mad shit and just always making sure that people knew who he is or like what he does and everything. There is also the feeling of her just always seeing him on the go, on the move, just always being so assured and just, never getting caught up in whatever shit that he does. That's crazy. Because she's somebody who would literally like do whatever it takes for himself to stay on top and just, to be known and to get his points across and whatever. But at the same time, he wouldn't hesitate to slice up anybody who is on his way. She really does seem as somebody who is very like independent, who's very powerful in his own right. Um, who knows, what he's doing and how he's doing it and everything. And that's something that she's like, I want that too for myself. Yeah, definitely like strong financially, strong, just doing whatever it takes, as I said, to just, you know, get his point known and get his points across. And I guess that she knows that very well. Okay, now let's just get into the bottom of this. Yeah, she sees him as somebody who abuses the power that he has or like the position that he has. And she sees him as somebody who, will not hesitate to track somebody down and hunt somebody down just to make sure that, he's straight and that he's better than all of them combined. She only does seem as somebody who has lots of secrets and who has lots of burdens that he's overbearing and that he is hiding behind that charm and personality and that gracious act that he's having, like that servant humble act that he showcases to the public and showcases to the people who sees him and who see him and everything. There's also that energy of her just like knowing a lot of shit, or just like being aware or being informed of a lot of shit that's kind of like is bubbling at like the tip of her mouth, or the tip of her tongue. What the fuck? The tip of her tongue that she is aware of, or like that she kind of like stumbled upon and just knew about and everything, and she just want to say it, but at the same time like she just can't, or she just at times like gets the best of her and she just be talking and start talking a lot more than she should, and that's an issue that he finds annoying himself. Let's see, how does Minaj feel about Jay-Z? Truly. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Jay-Z? Deep down, she definitely knows that he has his eyes and ears everywhere. As I said, she definitely has love for him. He has inspired her a lot. He has done a lot for the culture outside of it. Well, that's what she sees outside of it for the hip hop and everything. But at the same time, she's like, she knows and sees how much of a trickster he is. And, she wouldn't mind just saying all of it and just putting all of it out there. But she knows better, or like she should know better than just doing so. She knows that he's a very cutthroat person, business-wise and personally too, and he wouldn't hesitate to do all that. But at the same time, she's angry at how unfair all the situations are, because everything is just so messy and just thrown in a way that is so careless, and that just literally throws her over the edge at times, because you have enough power and you're misusing it and abusing it, and everything doesn't give you the right to just do all that to people beneath you, or like to the people that you think are beneath you and everything. She definitely knows how shady he is, how secretive, how secretive he is, and how hurtful he can get. And she knows that, and she experienced that firsthand. But at the same time, like she does not want to keep doing all that. That's why like she tries to detach herself from all this. But at the same time, like she finds herself right back into that circle whenever somebody like close to him or whatever just tries her, or people that she knows are connected to him in a way, in one way or another, tries her. Then she just gotta drag his name there, just like with that one. I think that one interviewer and everything. So yeah, she's like, I can't just like, if he's just going to keep doing so, like if people that are attached to him keep doing so, I can't just not stop myself anymore. Like I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna do it and fuck it, But she knows that this isn't something that she should be doing. Yeah, she's very like indecisive when it comes to him. It's like she has lots of like mixed feelings when it comes to him altogether. It just fucks her up at times because like, should I just say something or should I just keep that shit to myself? That's what it sounds like. She feels like she just has to dead the issue and she just has to like kill the elephants in the room, or just leave all that shit behind her. But then again, like her nature just kind of gets the best of her again, and she just gotta say something. Yeah, you just gotta say something because it makes her feel like restless, or like she's just like somebody who is like with him or like him. If she just doesn't say something and she refuses to be that way. Yeah, she's very like disappointed when it comes to all this because like I looked up to you and everything. Just for you to just like be a jealous or like narrow-minded person deep down, and just be somebody who just want to hurt everybody else. I thought that like at least we were friends, or like just like complying to be something, or just business, well, not business partners, but definitely just like acquaintances or whatever. But I thought wrong. you know, she's still gonna be doing her thing, and she's still gonna stand on whatever the fuck she wanna stand on, or like whatever the fuck she wanna say, and everything. She wants back down without a fight. That's why it's just going to create like many dents um, in their non-existence connection, or like relationship or whatever. I'm just going to like make them just detach from one another, or just like just creates further distance from all of it. And she knows that it also is related to Beyonce and whatnot, but she's like, baby girl, you gotta get up and get out of there. But at the same time, like, she's not gonna say anything about it because, yeah, she learned the hard way and she knows better now. There are like certain doors that she just can't just go and knock on anymore, or try to like knock down anymore. So yeah, this is how they feel towards one another and everything. I would actually like do another reading or anything, like another parts of this, to just see like what might happen next, or like what was happening in the past or something like that, depending on how this would um do and whatnot. But yes, this is a Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj tarot reading, and how they feel towards one another. And yes, I hope it was at least a little bit informative in however way. And voila.